Bueno, gente, bienvenidos una vez más a otro vídeo más. Estoy como de lado, ¿no? Hoy. O sea, no estoy en el medio. Ahora, un poquito más para el medio, que se veía el ventilador, que lo tengo apagado porque hoy no hace calor, sorprendentemente. Bueno, hoy traigo What Remains of Edith Finch. Qué inglés, papá. Que sería como lo que queda de Edith Finch o algo así. Es un juego indie de estos que duran 2 horas nada más, creo, o 3 horas como mucho. Y nunca lo he jugado, lo vi por ahí. No sé si es de miedo o no es de miedo. Tengo una lista de un par de juegos así que son cortos y están bastante guapos, que nunca he jugado. Vi como que el juego es muy triste y tal, y bueno, vamos allá. La musiquita que se escucha es del jueguito, por cierto, que creo que se oye aquí. Vamos allá. Bueno, aquí estoy, en un puto barco de mierda. ¿Qué coño hago? ¿Acerco la cámara? Aquí está el título, What Remains of Edith Finch. No tengo ni idea de qué va. Al control y al shift me acerco la cámara, las dos cosas. No funciona nada. Las teclas no las puedo mover. Escucha algo, A mí que no me salga algo de repente que me cago encima, Te lo juro que yo me vomito, ¿Hola? Ahora. Edith Finch. Aquí hay algo, No puedo girar. Ahí. Paso página. Muchas de estas cosas no van a tener ningún sentido. Empezaré por el principio, por mi casa. Viví aquí hasta los 11 años. Bueno, la gente sabrá leer, ¿no? Ah, vale, te lo va contando. Vale.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Me dejan entrar hasta a la mitad de los cuartos. Por la cara, ¿no? Y hay algo. Hola, ¿cómo lo abro?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Le voy a subir el volumen, creo que se escucha medio bajito, ¿no? Vale.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
El funeral de mi hermano Lewis.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
¿Y por dónde bajo? ¿Por aquí? ¿O sí, correcto? No tengo ni idea, pero va muy lenta la niña esta, Yo soy Edith. Eso es lo que no sé.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Vi huellas de pezuña. ¡Ay! Un ciervo. ¿Se va? ¿Se la pela? Mi existencia. Bueno, yo sigo el camino, ¿no? Supongo.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Hostia, esta casa da un pánico tremendo,
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Es loco la casa esta,
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Tengo miedo de la casa. Para que aquí lo voy a pasar mal, ¿no? Es lo que me quieres decir. Y entro por debajo.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Joder, pero veo el juego muy oscuro, tío. Voy a intentar subirle el brillo yo de mi pantalla. Ahí. Cambia... Cambia nada como se ve. Vale. Yo lo veo mejor. Es que estoy mirando todo el rato en el OBS. Me sentí como en casa. Esta casa está ordenada de cojones,
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Edith es la chica. Vale. Yo, ahora
Like how
mismo.
after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Vale, y Eddie es el hermano.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
Vale.
Nothing in
supongo-
the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth. My
Sí.
mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Ah, desapareció Milton,
A
el
lot of
hermano.
things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
¿Esta puerta? ¿Tengo que subir las escaleras o puedo ir por aquí? Aquí hay algo. ¿Arriba? ¿Para abajo?
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Vale, por aquí es la llave, pero yo no quiero meter la llave todavía. Aquí voy
The
al
table
sótano.
was still a wreck from the night we left. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Vale, esta es la bisabuela. O sea, es la
It was like a
abuela.
bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Es la abuela de la madre.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Vale, aquí estaba la llave, pero ¿puedo ir para arriba o meto la llave? Me voy a
Mom
meter la
always
llave.
told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Ah, no es de aquí. Entonces te hace subir para arriba. Supongo, ¿no? Y aquí es donde está la chicha, ¿no? Ahora.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
¿Qué hizo agujero? Hostia, qué casa, ¿no? Parece esto Harry Potter, ¿no? Una horca, no sé qué, Tupac.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Y abuelo
I
Walter.
think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Aquí no va. Aquí sí.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Empieza a poner tensa la
From the
cosa.
paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up
Qué bien.
looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Bien hecho está todo, tío.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Aquí no hay nada, una estrella. Molly, mira, aquí hay un mapa. Eddie. Es mi cuarto. El de Molly, Bárbara. La casa era una comuna, no me jodas. Diario diario, pronto ya no
December
estaré.
13th, 1947.
Me voy a leer la nota,
Dear
¿no?
Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Y ahora soy Molly. Pero esto es el baño, Molly.
I kept eating and eating.
¿Qué hace la niña comiéndose la pasta de dientes? ¿Pero quién se come la pasta de dientes, niña? Pero tú estás flipando en colores.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Ah, bueno, esta niña tiene problemas psicóticos, me da a mí, ¿eh?
can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Que me coma el pescado. Podré salir por la ventana, ¿no?
I ate a lot of things that night.
Por la ventana no puedo salir.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly,
¿Qué?
there was a cat.
¿Qué? ¡Soy un gato! ¿Y ahora qué hago?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
¿Y ahora? De arriba no llego. Sí. Puta locura de juego, A ver.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Estoy enfadado, Ay, ¿no puedo subir? No puedo subir.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
¿Vale?
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Ah, solo puedo girar, Porque tendré que ir a la casa, ¿no? ¿O dónde coño voy?
Rabbits.
Aquí. Conejo. No me estoy enterando de mucho, la verdad, pero bueno. Y llegaron los conejos bugueados. Porque están bugueados. ¿Me choco? No entiendo nada. ¿Qué coño estoy jugando, tío? Solo tengo que mover el ratón, entonces... Me da un poco igual. Amigo. Si le doy al clic... aterrizo y tendré que coger uno, ¿no? Y yo volando 3 horas. Soy subnormal.
Imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I
Me comí el
swallowed him
conejo.
up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
No se ven las letras estas, ¿eh? No sé si cambio la cámara o no, entonces de lado. ¿Voy a buscar más o qué?
Mama rabbit.
Esta.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
¿Pero qué coño estoy jugando? ¡Cojones! ¿Y ahora?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Uy, me fui sin querer.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
¿Y ahora? ¿Ahora qué hago? ¿Subo superficie o qué? No puedo subir. Vale, puedo volver a atacar, o sea que por aquí estoy bien. Aquí hay una. La misma.
Grabbed on tight. I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Una serpiente, ¿no?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Vale, tengo que avanzar y cuando voy aquí, ¿cómo me recojo?
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
¡A tomar por culo! Que bien están hechos las físicas de movimiento, ¿eh? Fuera de coña, ¿eh?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Me lo comí. Ay.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Y ahora voy nadando yo. Ah, no, sigo
I
siendo...
slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Hay un váter. Hostia, me bugué, ¿no? No son cosas mías. Ahora. Y ahora
I
sí,
got closer and closer.
estoy en mi casa, ¿no? Molly, sí. Me voy a comer a mí misma. Bueno, no puedo subir. ¿Por dónde voy? ¿No puedo subir? Aquí hay luz, así que por aquí tiene que estar el rollo.
All of my stomach started growling.
Vale.
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know.
No me jodas que está la serpiente debajo de mí.
Delicious.
Y vuelvo a ser Eddie.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Vale, y tengo aquí todo lo que es el árbol genealógico de la familia, ¿no? Ay, mira. Ah, ¿y cómo lo abro? Aquí. Molly del 37 al 47, con 10 años murió. Tengo Bárbara, Calvin... Y tengo que ir llenándolos a todos. Supongo que será, ¿no? El juego. Hasta que vamos subiendo el árbol. Y llega a mí que no tengo fecha. Escucho un gato, ¿eh?
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
Ah, está la casa de los locos, ¿no? ¿Cómo salgo de aquí? ¿Por aquí? ¿Por dónde entré? No puedo. ¿Por el baño? No puedo. ¿Por la ventana donde saltó? Sí. ¿Y un gato?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Vale, y esta es la bisabuela,
Her room was like a museum.
Odín, 8037.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune. And misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
La puta casa, la
But
maldición.
40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
¿Pasa no?
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Ah, el que habría sobrevivido es el primero que enterraron en el cementerio nuevo.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
¿No? ¿Y cómo voy para atrás?
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Vale. Molly, a pesar de haber muerto con 10 años, nació en el 37. O sea, y yo nací en el 99. O sea, que es un antepasado muy lejano. O sea, sería mi bisabuela o algo así ahora mismo. O sea que...
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
¿Qué se baña? ¿Qué cojones?
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Hola.
It was a pretty big trace.
Vale, aquí hay una llave. El secreto del baño. No me jodas. Y la puedo abrir seguro, ¿no? Ahí está.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
What happened here?
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Agáchate, niña, agáchate. Por Calvin. Siguiente persona, ¿no?
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Calendario de septiembre del 61, Uy, ¿me bugué? ¿No puedo subir o qué? ¿Me caigo?
I guess my grandpa didn't like
no.
history any more than my mom did.
Y aquí está Calvin. A ver la historia de Calvin.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Me parte una pata, Uy.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again.
Voy a salir volando, ¿no?
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Voy a salir volando, ¿no?
Calvin, dinner's ready. Coming.
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible.
Ya está, voy a volar.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again.
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
¡Qué puta locura!
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Mató en un columpio. ¡Qué inútil!
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
O sea, una era un columpio, la otra es un gato. El otro fue el que emigró con la familia, que es el primer antepasado. Está empezando a gustar el
After the
juego,
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Y este es del otro. Claro, son gemelos. Esta es la parte del otro, ¿o no? O aquí no hay nada.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Por aquí. ¿Verdad? Está guapo, tío. Imagínate tener en tu casa un montón de pasadizos que nadie los putos sepa. Es locura, ¿eh? Habrá gente en el mundo que lo haga 100%, ¿eh?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd
Botellita, ¿eh?
obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Vale.
Whenever
Chequea
people
algo.
ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Pero yo no, hay cosas que no entiendo. O sea, este tipo... Me estoy perdiendo un poco en lo que es el árbol genealógico, ¿sabes? Este es del 880, o sea, este es el primer antepasado de todos. De aquí sale 17. Eddie. Supongo, ¿no? 37, 44, 50. Todos estos son... El Sam es el gemelo de Calvin, ¿era? Y aquí me perdí. Bueno. Por aquí no puedo entrar ni puedo hacer nada. Ah, estoy en lo de los espejos otra vez. Si te fijas. Es el principio, vale. Bárbara. Entonces tengo que entrar a lo de Bárbara.
Edie's father Odin built the original house.
Odín, que es el padre de Eddie. Odín es el padre de Eddie. Odín es el del que se hundió. Y Eddie fue el que luego vino a construir la casa.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Vale, ¿y por dónde voy? Por aquí no puedo ir, por aquí. Por aquí no es por donde vine. Por aquí es por donde vine. Tiene que haber otra forma para llegar al sitio. O seguir el pasadizo. Ahí está. Milton. Milton es alguien que no he visto. Milton, sí.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
¿Y Bárbara quién es? Va la siguiente de Molly.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Cómic, ¿eh?
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was
Voy a
just
quitarme,
a boost
para que se vea bien.
career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better.
Ya no es tan bueno,
I
¿no?
think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Ah, bueno.
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
Cojón.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key
Tengo que abrir antes, yo.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Vale, tengo que hacerlo yo.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
A mí no me salió la llave antes. A ojo. Coño, estoy jugando, tío.
And imagine the worst.
Y hay sangre, chicos. ¿Dónde está el hombre calabaza? Allá voy.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Bimba. Aquí.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
¡Pum! Ah, hostia.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm
Okay.
coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
¿Qué coño? Hay una percha sin cabeza. Y ahora es la casa de cómic, tío. No tiene sentido esto, ¿eh? Allá voy. Con la muleta en mano. A meter un fuletazo. Walter. Otro bicho. Ay, Walter no está.
Bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
No, el hombre del gancho.
Turned, saw the Hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Toma, cabrón.
He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
¿Y ahora qué hago?
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Otra salida. Gracias el payaso. El pasadizo.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Y es la ventana de la niña otra vez.
She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
No. ¿Y qué hago, compay? La ventana no es. Esta mierda no es. ¿Qué hago?
Molly's
Ah.
door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grown.
Le meto una. Sí, hombre.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Y el marido a todo esto se quedó en el sótano arrestado, ¿no? Y se la pela, ¿sabes? Ah, no está.
Vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
In time. Yo le meto palos al que venga. Todo el que venga yo le meto palos.
She heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
El marido, ¿no? Ah, oído.
Oh dear.
¿Sí?
The monsters had come to surprise
¿Qué
her.
coño?
For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance
Va a gritar, ¿no? Y se acaba la historia.
I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time.
Puto Walter.
He took it all pretty hard. But that's another story.
La vieja confiable, ¿no? Debajo de la cama, si no mira no está.
Tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Bueno, no entiendo nada. Lo primero. ¿Dónde estoy? Aquí estoy.
Edie
Bárbara.
told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Me faltan... bueno, Eddie no ha salido. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 y yo. ¿No? Bueno, ya sé abrir el sótano.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Ya, pero ya sé abrirlo. Hostia, se hizo de noche, ¿eh? Digo, veo un ritmo de bajada. Asusta al mismísimo diablo. ¿Qué dedos tengo, No sé abrirlo, tío. A ver. Que con las teclas es difícil. Ahí. Entrando al sótano por primera vez con 17 años. Se viene trauma. Aquí lo leíste primero. No hay nada. Hola. No hay texto. No hay información.
Mom said the basement
Ahora.
was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Esben. ¿Hay alguien que se llame Esben? Sí, Esben, por aquí. Esben.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
La nevera
I thought
de
maybe
donde
she
estaba
was hiding
metido.
presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Ah, aquí dentro de la nevera veo más cosas. No se ve una mierda, ¿no? En OBS tampoco.
I
No veo
remember
nada.
asking Mom
Ahora.
once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Voy a mirar desde aquí porque se ve más clarito.
If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Mira, Walter. Adiós a todos.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
¿Algo tú?
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today.
Ah, bueno, todos los
I was
melocotones de
expected
una,
to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
¿Otra vez?
Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel
Ordenador,
normal,
Pues el coche.
almost friendly.
¿Todo el rato
And
esto
then
o
one
qué?
day, everything just
Rontoton. Ay, no hay...
whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years.
Ay, me
I'm
levanto.
done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
¿Y qué hago? Ah. Uy, es para arriba, ¿no? ¿Dónde lleva esta casa, loco? ¿Te has visto esta puta casa? ¿Qué cojones es esto? ¿Qué cojones? ¿Dónde coño estoy?
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
Locura.
Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Hombre, ya comiendo melocotones de 30
I
años.
don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one more day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Mató el tren. Bueno, Walter. Luego sabrá lo bien que está hecho las putas alfombras. Es como son que son importantes.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
O sea, ya se sabía que Walter, claro, ya nació en el 99. Ya sabía que Walter estaba aquí abajo.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Voy para allí yo. Vale, Edith, coño.
Maybe she was
¿Necesite
afraid
taco?
I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Fíjate, mira, tiene toda la basura
I
aquí.
don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Eso tiene que oler, qué bueno. Y todas las conservas aquí de sobrevivir.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Lo veo. Bueno, no se ve directamente nada.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else.
Imagínate, en verdad.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem.
Va a terminar la
I
cinemática y luego
believed
hablo.
so much in a family curse. We made it real.
Y no hay ningún tren. Está por la cara. Lo que está diciendo, tú
I don't know
imagínate.
if I should even be writing this.
Imagínate que naces en una familia y de repente tu familia pasan todas estas mierdas. O sea, y tú eres el último superviviente y todos mueren por rollos rarísimos. ¿Qué haces, tío? Qué paranoia, ¿no? En verdad, ¿te sientas aquí arriba o qué? Podrías perfectamente.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Tengo una llamada. Una llamada. Aquí hay corte. Bueno, seguimos. Vamos allá.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Estoy haciendo los forrillos. Ah, se me ven las piernas. Lo acabo de
And the
descubrir.
history you're a part of.
Tendré que ir por aquí, ¿no? No creo que tenga
But to
que
be
ir.
honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
No quiero tapar nada, por eso voy mirando el OBS a veces. Pues si no tapo el puto texto. Aparte que veo la imagen más clarita cuando son sitios oscuros. Pero no quiero taparlo.
Look at the house. That history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible.
¿Por dónde voy? Por aquí no creo, ¿no? Pues está la valla. ¿Por qué será para aquí? Por el caminito, ¿no?
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Sí, la verdad es que es un poco raro. Hacer el cementerio que justo el que lo haga sea el primero que se muere y el primero que entierren.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Ah, esto es
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
una mascota. Hostia puta. Hostia puta. El Charlie, el Tucker y el Coco. A tomar por culo.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Edith Finch, Ben, Calvin, Molly. Era Molly con el gato. Calvin con el cohete porque era el que tiene la habitación del cohete. Sven el que construyó la casa. Una moto que está pasando que no sé si se escuchará. Vale. Eddie, que es como el que escribió todo porque... O sea, soy... Ah, yo soy Edith. Y Eddie es otro, vale. Me quedé trabado, digo, ¿soy yo? No, porque no nací en el 99. Walter es el que tiene el rollo de la piedra, que supongo que será por lo de picar. Y Bárbara la estrella porque lo de la tele.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Y aquí están, llegando.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Y con la casa mirando.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Ay, sigue estando ahí 50 años después, ¿o qué? ¿Para dónde voy? Ahí vengo. Pero claro, ya no puedo bajar más. Aquí ya acabé. Me tiro, me mato. Tendré que volver a la casa.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Ah, mira, aquí están los otros.
Her
Aquí no
dad had
vine.
been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Esos son los hermanos de mi madre.
We
Milton.
never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
No hay nada más que hacer, ¿vale?
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, If she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
¿Cómo? Ahí voy, que no se caiga. ¿Se cayó? No. Rita.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
El abuelo Sam. Vale. El siguiente. Pues voy cojonudo.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Tengo que encontrar su alfombra o lo que sea. Okay.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Y no va a pasar, pues está cerrado. Ah, está aquí. Eso es normal. Hola. Buen selfie, ¿eh? Las fotos que me sacaba yo en el 20 son.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Botón.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Ahí enfrente, ¿no?
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a
Dando un
cute.
meo.
Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Vamos fotones, manín. A mí me tenían que haber contratado para esto.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of it.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn up.
¡Qué fotón, rey!
Get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
¿Qué coño? No lo controlo.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
No. La, 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 la.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
La, 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 la. Bueno, pasadizo secreto.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
¿La madre quién es, tío? Eddie, supongo que será la madre o qué. No sé si la madre es Eddie o quién coño será. ¿Hola? Ah. Gregory. ¿Un bebé? Hostia, murió con 1 año.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Hold on, sweetie.
Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
Sí.
I wonder what he saw.
Más patos.
What his world was like.
Ay, toma.
Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
¿Qué pasó?
Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us.
Ay, no se ahoga el niño.
About the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand.
Se ahogó.
About Gregory. About everything.
¡A por el tapón!
But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy.
¡Vámonos! ¡Chao!
And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Bueno, contrato de divorcio. Queda Gus, que murió también un joven. Y Bueno, más o menos murieron jóvenes todos los demás.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
¿Qué coño?
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Por lo máximo que puedo subirlo. Locura, ¿no? Aquí.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined and as a sign held up his middle finger.
¡Toma! ¡Chúpala!
The wind picked up and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
It's raining. No hay nada.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Lo llevo todo.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Los niños tiesos.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
¿Me queda? Eddie, Down, Lewis, Milton y yo. Recta final, ¿eh? Vale, ¿por dónde salgo ahora de aquí? ¿Volver para atrás o...? Tengo que decir que me gusta. Pues me está gustando la manera... Bueno, luego lo diré al final, mi opinión, pero... Hay cosas que sí y cosas que me parecen raras. No sé. Es mi explicación. ¿Y ahora por dónde bajo? Por aquí no puedo hacer nada. Tal vez viene para atrás y no tiene que venir para atrás, ¿no? Voy a intentar buscar algo desde dentro. Entonces... Ya con lo que me quedan tengo que estar ya casi al final. Si estoy en la casa de arriba del todo. Por eso es. Me flipan los sonidos, eso sí. El sonido está increíble, ¿eh? No sé si se escuchará todo perfecto, pero como cruje la madera cada vez que camina, los pasos, la manera, yo qué sé, de cuando se tiene que agachar, levantarse. Quitando una vez que se me bugueó antes. El resto cojonudo, tío. Aquí fue por donde vine, pero no había nada. Ah, tengo que escalar.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Cómo se escucha el viento, qué increíble.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Dawn es mi madre.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
Barra triste. De mi madre. A golfa. ¿Qué? Ah, vale. Me bajé otra vez aquí porque soy completamente subnormal, ¿no? Y está, la historia de mi madre estaba arriba porque mi madre es Dawn, que es la siguiente. Soy subnormal, tengo que volver a escalar, ¿no? Soy retrasado mental. Ay. Ay. No sé, pero me gustan estos jueguitos. Como que no pasas mal. Te entretiene una tarde. Es una historia distinta a lo que estás acostumbrado a jugar.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Louis es mi hermano. Y Milton será el otro.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Ahí está. Milton, Lewis y Edith, que soy yo. O Edith.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Y esta era mi casa.
And for a while, things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Está lleno de sangre, ¿eh? Supongo que estas serán las muertes más cercanas, ¿no? Y las que más tiempo durarán. Está Milton.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
No coño. ¿Está? La historia de Milton es esa.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Ah, desapareció. Ah, y el otro es mayor. Lewis es mayor. Lewis. ¿Y de aquí a dónde coño voy? Voy a volver a bajar.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Todas las puertas tapadas, ¿verdad? ¿Por qué me manda a subir para arriba si arriba no puedo hacer nada? Ah, no hay otra cosa que hacer aquí, ¿no? Es Milton, tengo que buscar los que me quedan. Supongo Supongo que te lo pondrá para que sepas que puedes subir y bajar por ahí, ¿no? Y ya está. Voy a poner la ventana para
Whatever
salir.
Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
¿Dónde la vuelta más inútil de la historia? Ah, y encima no puedo salir por aquí. Y te la vuelta y está cerrado. El club de la comedia. Vale, había unas escaleras ahora. Ahí está. Aquí hay unas escaleras para arriba. Es curioso, como sales de aquí, como yo salí, se te abre la puerta con el viento y solo ves esto. O sea, no te das cuenta que hay escaleras. Está cojonudo eso, para que vayas por orden.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Vale, pero aquí no se puede subir, así que tendré que subir por la escalera del barco, ¿no? ¿Y ahora, Rey? Ahí. ¡Hostia! ¡Luis, cabrón! Encachimbao, mi
Lewis's room
colega.
smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
No veo el pescado.
wander.
Ah.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved.
Tengo que hacer las dos cosas a la vez y me lío.
Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head.
Arriba.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis.
Más concentrado que yo que sé, cuando me sacaba mobs en el Modern Warfare 3.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Ese estaba adicto, pero adicto, ¿eh? No hay que trabajar. Trabajar te vuelve loco.
He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Corté todos los pescados, ¿eh? Ah, hay más. Lewistopia, como se llame.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis.
Borrachísimo de Dios,
He
daba
started
fumado.
drifting away from our reality.
Este se llama Luisdania. Yo qué sé cómo llaman, Luislandia o algo así.
Minneapolis.
Ah,
Until
vaya,
one day he
Minneapolis.
forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Pasa.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
Una apuesta reina, chicos. Yo soy heterosexual.
handsome queen.
¿Cómo te dan para elegir, eh? Está bien, en verdad, ¿no? Cada uno le gusta lo que le gusta. Mira, las Islas Canarias, una polla.
The queen was on her own quest for
Serpiente siniestra, es mejor. Más romántico, eh. Cuando la muerte está por medio es mejor. No puedo agarrar el pescado abajo, no puedo agarrar el pescado, me está poniendo nervioso, eh. Gracias. Otra vez.
He followed the sound of her
Sitar eléctrico.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
Coño, estoy jugando.
Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination.
No veo ni dónde pongo el pescado ni dónde
But he
cortarlo
was
ni
so
nada.
proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Murió de sobredosis, ¿no? 100%, ¿no? Es el único que tuvo una muerte normal, ¿no? Una muerte
Someone
digna.
who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Vamos, que empezó a creer que la realidad que habría quedado en su cabeza por culpa de la adicción a las drogas era la realidad real y su vida real era el sueño,
My
¿no?
imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Ahora es donde se corta el pescado.
Began
¿eh?
to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Yo, compadre, pensé que te iba a dar 2 piñas o algo pero... ¿Qué coño, güey? No puedo hacer nada, ¿no? Soy este, ¿no? Mejor tengo que subir por aquí arriba.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
Esto no es, te diría que es lo que menos me está gustando del juego. Lo de Bárbara me hizo gracia. Con el del columpio me cagué de risa.
Holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do.
Un pescado.
Bend down his head.
No. Me van a cortar el cogote con un pescado.
The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Bueno, queda mi madre y yo. Y Eddie. Y no hay nada más que pueda hacer yo, ¿no? Estoy por aquí.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Mira cómo se escucha las pastillas crujir. Nah, una fumada esto,
My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Las fotos antiguas, los rollos antiguos.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Pero ese soy yo, pero claro. Me falta... No tengo nada de Eddie, ni de mi madre.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol.
Ay,
Some
su
of
abuela,
your
digo, vale.
medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Edith.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Iba a decir que qué raro es que se mueran todos súper jóvenes y la puta bisabuela es la que sigue ahí cortando el chope de la familia.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
No voy. Voy a ir a la casa
When the
encantada.
fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
¿Por qué coño?
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again.
Bueno, bisabuela loca. Nos vemos.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone.
Sin hermanos, sin madre, sin padre, sin nadie.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Mira la puta tumba. Locura, ¿eh? Muy top, ¿eh? O sea, básicamente lo que yo entiendo por la historia, ahora hay un vídeo que encontré antes que lo explica un poco porque es medio raro a veces y tal, con tanta escena. Al final es como que te da una lección de que literalmente la vida pasa en cualquier momento, te puede pasar cualquier cosa en cualquier momento, ¿no? Hay que aprovechar todo, el 100% de tus días, de todo, ¿no? Y eso te enseña a valorar, ¿no? La vida, a disfrutar de cada día, que mañana mismo te puede tocar a ti, a un familiar tuyo, lo que sea, ¿no? Y sé que es muy tabú, ¿no? Repetirlo, pero es la realidad, es lo que yo presiento que intenta demostrar con este juego. Explicarte muchas situaciones de muchas cosas, uno en un columpio, el otro porque fue a casar con la hija y el siervo estaba vivo y lo tiró, el otro por drogas en la cabeza, mira, justo estaba hablando de él y salió esto. O sea, cualquier cosa, enfermedades, la madre se murió por enfermedad, de repente la bisabuela seguía viva y los otros estaban muertos, o sea, yo creo que eso todo está pensado en ese sentido para explicarte eso, ¿no? Que no sabemos cuánto vamos a estar y que hay que aprovechar el presente, aprovechar cada día, aprovechar todas las cosas que hacemos, el entorno del que estamos rodeados, ¿no? Y ya está. También nombro las mascotas, justo acaban de salir los perros. Hay un cementerio de mascotas que también explican las mascotas, todo en general, ¿no? Todo importa, todo tiene sentimientos de por medio y es lo importante. Me gustan mucho estos juegos porque llevo 1 hora y algo, 1 hora y media, un poco más, jugando y ya me lo terminé. Y sé que no es un Call of Duty, no tiene presupuesto de un Call of Duty, no tiene presupuesto del Ghost of Tsushima, que son los 2 juegos que vengo de pasarme. Pero del Mafia, que también ya lo tengo subido, pero son juegos increíbles y son juegos que han sido premiados o que están en un top, ¿no? Que los buscas y te salen en un top de mejores juegos cortos y cosas así. Y entiendo por qué está donde está, ¿no? Bueno, hasta aquí este juego, increíble. Ya di mi opinión final. Y estuve viendo un vídeo también, que no lo voy a poner porque tampoco quiero poner vídeo de otra persona aquí, explicando un poco lo que es el juego en sí, ¿no? Cómo explica la muerte a través de los personajes, cada uno con su historia, haciéndolo a tono de humor, ¿no? En muchos casos. Y nada, disfruta, vive tu vida, sé feliz contigo, porque también contigo es muy importante saber vivir, y con los tuyos. Y nos vemos en el siguiente juego.